Hey guys, it is John C. Morley here, serial entrepreneur. Welcome to IFYL Inspiration for Your Life. It's so great to have you here tonight on a Friday night, wrapping up our day 7 series as we always do on the Fridays. So if you're new, grab your smartphone, open your camera, point over the QR code like so, touch the yellow ellipse. You'll get my link tree just like that. Really simple, really easy, and you'll be able to watch all this great content anytime you like. All right, so we're going to get to the topic in just a while, in a few minutes. But I want to thank you for coming here and absorbing all this great knowledge. And I also want to thank my friends, colleagues, and wonderful associates who've been coming back time and time and time again. Great, great, great to have you here. All right. And also, I want to thank those of you that watch our show on the replay 1 o'clock, 3 a.m., 2 a.m., 12 midnight, 6 p.m., 11 p.m., whatever time you watch it. Whatever time is good for you. So really appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. Let's get right into the master topic. Is everyone ready for the master topic? All right. If you've been with me for the week, you probably know what it is, but let's get into it. How to Be a Friend, Series 2, Show 5, Episode number 7. So let's talk about that. So we're in Series 2, which is year 2. We're in show number 5. We're in episode number 7. How to Be a Friend. So we talk about friendship. Everyone wants to acquire all these great friends. The problem is that they don't know how to be a friend to themselves. If we're not a friend to ourselves, then how can we ever do anything in our life? Like how? I think it becomes very daunting that we don't know how to do anything or where to do something. So that can be, how can I say, that can be a slight problem. And I can tell you that it's really about understanding. And if you can understand, then that makes things pretty cool. And so what I want to share with you, ladies and gentlemen, is that it's about understanding who you are as a person. As a person, understanding who you are. And so when you learn to friend yourself or befriend yourself, other people want to flock around you. Not necessarily because of anything, let's say that you're going to do for them, but because of the way you're treating yourself, they feel like that's going to carry on to them. Maybe you've met someone and you feel like you've known that person your whole life. I mean, I've had those situations, and those friendships are really precious. Now, when we talk about life and we talk about doing things in life, it's about what you do in life, okay, and where you want to go. But you first have to realize that it's about you, okay, and being good to yourself. So caring about yourself, taking care, and making sure that you do everything you can. I mean, that's probably the most important thing. Um, think about that for a minute. Think about what that means to you. And so, if that means something to you and your life is going to change, I mean, magically. Now, does it happen overnight? No, it doesn't happen overnight. But what does happen is you get the sense of where people are going in your life. Okay. And so if we understand where people are going, then life becomes kind of fun. And we actually become better version of ourselves by liking ourselves, loving ourselves. People want to be in our life. When you choose to friend someone, okay, and it comes down to the point that life is about you, but it should be about other people. If it's just about you first, okay? And so I know that you can make a big difference in your life. If you make a big difference in your life, things are going to become great. They're going to become grand. But when you decide to make a decision, ladies and gentlemen, and embrace who you are right now, Okay. People want to come around you. People want to have fun with you. People want to hang out with you. They want to learn from you, right? When you've got your act together, all right, and nobody's perfect, but when you've got your act together and when you're treating yourself right, your body right, and they can see this and you're keeping it well, they want to be around somebody like that. Okay. And so being around somebody like that is a cool thing, but it's something that you have to first realize takes respect. It takes time, it takes effort. All right. It takes time and it takes effort. And when I say it takes time, it takes effort, I mean that it really takes you time to figure out what's going on. And if you cannot figure out what's going on, ladies and gentlemen, then there's a problem. It means you don't know who you are. Maybe you need to take a mental vacation or a physical vacation and just go outside and just connect with nature. Um, One wise person once said, take your shoes off, of course, when it's warm, not when it's 0 degrees outside, and stand on the ground with no socks on and feel the connection of the energy in the soil. Now, you might think I'm crazy, but I'm really telling you the truth. I'm telling you the truth because when you connect like that, it's got this whole interesting meaning, a meaning that is going to propel you forward to do so many great things. But we can't control the speed for which something happens. We can't. Why? Because our life is part of other people's lives, right? And when we know that, that's why we can't always directly impact or change timing because it might impact someone else in our life. So you're probably saying to me, John, why should I friend somebody else? The person's a jerk. Well, first of all, they're not a jerk. Maybe you're not connecting with them. Maybe it's you. Maybe it's your ego. And that ego is preventing you from connecting. When you want to friend somebody, the most important thing to do is to be humble. And the second thing you need to do is to be a little vulnerable. They don't tell your, most darkest secret, but you want to share something that's a little vulnerable. And then from that, you'll go to the next spot. And does that make sense? And if you go to the next spot, which you will, the person's going to take a step forward to you. It's kind of like a dance. You take one step forward, they might take one step forward, they might take one back. And it's kind of going to be this back and forth motion. And when that happens, you start to become in harmony with the person. They start to connect with you and they almost start to breathe in synchronicity of you when you're friends. It happens naturally. All right. Some people try to force friendship with oh my gosh, that guy's so got this, he's got that, I got to be his friend. Maybe there's a famous actor, you want to be that person's friend, but you really don't want to be their friend. You want to be their friend or a friend of their possessions or a friend of who they are in this life, like Broadway, okay, or TV. But you don't want to be a friend of theirs because of who they are, because of what son, what daughter, what mom, what father, who they are in their life. You don't care about any of that. And so when somebody is so selfish and doesn't care about other people, you're going to find that you're going to not friend people. They're going to walk away from you. Not because you're a bad person, but because, as Dale Carnegie said, we have to strive to become genuinely interested in the other person. If we do not strive, then we are not going to grow. And if we don't grow, then we are not going to make it to another tier, another level, another game board, right? And so let's think of life for a moment like a game. We have to suit up every day to play. And when we go outside or we go into the world, we need to understand what players are on the board, okay? What players are on the board. And when I say what players are on the board, who are we connecting with? Why are we connecting with certain people? We're connecting with people because hopefully they make us feel good, right? We're not connecting with somebody just because they can do something for us. That's something we pay a company or a contractor to do, but we don't connect with somebody and want to make their lives better if we're just looking to hire them for a service. Okay, there are sometimes when contractors and company people become friends, and that's fine. It's just important to not cloud the judgment of it. I think when you don't have an expectation of something, you're never disappointed. That's number one. So you should friend other people because when you choose to befriend them, you'll go down a different path. Now, let's say there's a path to the left and a path to the right. And you always take the path on the left because it's the easier path. Maybe you're going to take the path on the right this time because your friend steered you down that way. And it could be harder. Okay. But let's take it a little bit differently. Maybe because this friend you met and because of what's been going on, they might have given you an idea about something you should do in your life. Maybe something that can help you make extra income. And you decide to do it because they give you confidence or kudos that you have the skills to do it. So you do it. It's hard, but you stick to it because you don't want to disappoint your friend and they believe in you. Now, the fact that they believe in you does something. It triggers you to start believing yourself. So that's a great thing. But I think the only thing better than that is to just believe in yourself. Know that you can do something and do it, right? Set your mind to something and do it. There are going to be roadblocks in life. It's going to happen. I'm sorry. And so when these roadblocks happen, you as a person need to move beyond the roadblocks. Okay. And you need to figure out, how do I go over the roadblocks? How do I go under them? How do I go around them? Right? How do I blow them up? How do I get through the obstacle? And you see, once you get through the obstacle this time, when the obstacle appears, saying, oh, I know how to do that. Last time I got through it, I just put a stick of a 2-2 dynamite and I got right through it. Or I just got a pogo stick and I jumped over. Or this was here and I decided that I was going to just go to the very top, get a bungee cord and jump down. You get the idea. So when you learn how to get around something or you learn how to get through an obstacle or past an obstacle, I don't want to say that you're bypassing it, but you're getting through it. So when we say you're going over it, you're blowing up, you're not taking a shortcut. You are getting through the obstacle. Let's take school for a moment, right? And many of you are in school, maybe you're still in school. And so when you're in school, and let's say there's a subject, maybe a subject you don't like. Let's take, I don't know, let's take a subject that a lot of people don't like for whatever reason. Maybe they don't like psychology. I like it, but let's say they don't like psychology. And one of the things in psychology, there's a division of psychology. And this one school of thought with psychology basically teaches you that nothing exists. And if nothing exists, how do you ever believe it? I mean, this is also true in geometry. Well, nothing is true unless you can prove it. And like, well, how can we prove it if we can't? Well, you can only have these three things or these four laws, and you have to use that to prove everything. Really? Yeah. Otherwise, it's not true. We have to prove it. And you have things like if this and if this, then not that. And so they have like the positive, the contrapositive, which is the reverse. But I find the best class, it drives a lot of people nuts, myself included, but I had a lot of fun in it. Philosophy. When I got in the class and I was taking this at a local college because I was home for the summer and I wanted to take an elective at home, and I took 1 or 2 courses at home at a local college. And so what philosophy does is it gets us to think, it encourages us to think. And so I get there and he's talking about all this stuff, and I was like, and he's like, well, John, what if that never existed? What if that chair that you're sitting on was never made? Never get crazy. What if you were never here? What if you were never created? Oh, this is getting nuts. and so you're like questioning everything, but it's a good thing because when you question everything, you start to realize, okay, what's the weakest point of something and what's the strongest point? So when we're trying to get an obstacle, okay, so I'm here outside. There's this brick wall. It's negative 12 degrees. And I know that when things get really cold, like wood, well, there's a good potential that they're going to break easier. So if I get something, I could probably snap it easier than if it was warm outside. And so if you understand properties, philosophy teaches us a lot of things. And you might say to me, John, what the heck, what does philosophy teach us? What does philosophy teach us? It is the love, quote unquote, of wisdom to seek an understanding of fundamental truths about themselves and about the world. And in so challenging ourselves to what we believe, we can change the outcome. Now, in philosophy, they don't necessarily teach you how to make your goals and all that, but they just try to get your head spinning. Like, I remember after the first, I don't know, the first week, I was like, this is nuts. Like, this is crazy. I can't believe I'm in this class. I was like almost ready to drop. I'm like, okay, no, it's just the first day, second day. And the press is like, you just have to just let it go. Don't be so antagonistic, everything. Just understand it. And when you approach it that way, okay, if the sky's purple, it's purple. If it's blue, it's blue. Whatever it is, it is. And so if your life is not going the way you want, you could say, okay, John, what if I did this? What if I did that? What if I said this? What if I change my belief that I'm now successful? What if I change my belief that I now make thousands of dollars without even touching anything or barely even thinking? You're going to gravitate toward that. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. It has been such a privilege, a pleasure, and an honor to be with you this amazing evening. I hope that you'll check out the QR code. But if you had any problem getting there, just go to believemeachieve.com. Check out all my great stuff, my radio show. There's another show coming to New York and New Jersey on Valentine's Day, February 14th, every Tuesday at 10 a.m. So definitely check that out. And I want to invite you tonight to like, to comment, to tag your friends and associates. Share this out with everyone you know on social media. And then be sure, ladies and gentlemen, to go to my YouTube channel, John Space C, Space Emerald AY, Space Serial Entrepreneur. Look for that key phrase, help keep our content free. Make the choice, ladies and gentlemen, to buy my team and I a cup of coffee, a delicious bowl of fruit, or a savory dessert. Click on that PayPal link, and we'll be so grateful with those pennies and dollars you invest into us. We'll put it into new hardware, new technology, new equipment, new software, even new facilities to give you the most jaw-dropping, empowered content to change your life and give you a perspective so that you can achieve your dreams. I'm going to see you guys tomorrow, but you're really going to be on the edge of the chair when you see the master topic for tomorrow. Can't tell you, so come on back tomorrow and I'll share it with you. Have a great night, everyone.